I'm Alexa Case, and first I want to thank all of you for granting me this opportunity. I'm incredibly grateful to share the excitement of this day with you. We've all been waiting for this moment since the day we stepped foot into elementary school, not even comprehending the fact that one day, very far away, we'd become so-called high schoolers who were absolutely gigantic and scary to us. Now here we are, while many of us still feel like we are only so young, as though we're still children, and forget the fact that we are officially moving on to adulthood, continuing our journey along. I remember the times when we would ask each other who we would be 12 years ago. I want to be an astronaut and go to space, or I want to be a doctor and save lives, or even I want to be a princess and live in a giant castle. Our dreams were almost unfathomable to put into reality. We were only so young and couldn't even imagine who we would become. Our countless hours spent watching Nickelodeon and playing outside is only a memory to us, a memory in which I'm sure we would all love to live once again. I remember when we feared the thought of middle school, washing those old gym uniforms on time, caring about how many points of ACC math we had, or even how much our computer class would suck that day. Looking back to that period of time, we wish we could have those fears once again instead of the fears we have now. Finally, I remember high school. I remember being a freshman, looking up at all the seniors, thinking about how crazy it would be to one day be them in 3 years. In January of 2020, we only heard of the coronavirus going around in another country, not even guessing the fact that we might be getting it in the future. I remember going into sophomore year, waking up to a Google Meet, and half, if not completely, sleeping through a majority of our classes. We were always found wearing the same warm-feeling masks on our faces each time we went to one of the very few stores even open in town. Our friends and family were caught with the virus each 2 weeks while we feared to catch it too. Then I remember going into junior year with school finally in session again and the COVID vaccine being a popular option for most of us. The homework became time-consuming, piled on top of our minimum wage jobs, dealing with payments and spending money on gas and fast food, getting a real taste of independence and responsibility. We started to look back to all those dreams of astronauts, doctors, and princesses, wondering what we would really do in life and where we would actually be within the next year and a half. Finally, I remember senior year, not caring as much about what people saw us as, but more about who we were, being constantly bombarded with demands to apply for scholarships, colleges, student aid, and finding our post-graduation plans, beginning to either rejoice or completely panic. We'd be leaving our small-town childhood lives, becoming an adult and living on our own, forcefully having to choose what we're going to do if we even did anything at all. And now here we are graduating high school, realizing all those days are nothing but the past. But despite all of it, that doesn't summarize our lifespan of school. What about the remarkable things we've done, the millions of things we learned, or the incredible things we faced? I don't mean our countless hours simply spent to receive an A in the grade book and make our parents happy. I mean the most significant experiences of joy to the most significant experiences of agony. The friendships we created and the friendships lost. The adventures we lived through, all on this day, we are reminded of all of our achievements, our struggles, our wins, and our gains. Never will we forget the wonderful and terrible moments of our entire school career and everything in between. We also need to know that we are not simply graduating to get away from anything. We're not graduating simply to free ourselves from prison, as some of us may have referred it to. We are graduating to become our greatest selves through the wisdom and experience gained and live our lives in the best way possible. This day is only possible through all of the moments when you decided to keep fighting and continue living. So thank yourself for every second of the journey. Thank you for listening.